I sold everything I owned last year, but not before I did this. I tested the lifestyle to make sure it was sustainable for me. People always think that you have to leave your job to create an online business, but that doesn't actually have to be the case. Actually, I think this is part of what causes so much stress for someone who's stuck in a corporate career they don't enjoy, because they feel like they have to leave that behind and leave the stability of that behind in order to create something they do enjoy doing. And that's just not true. My personal entrepreneurship journey did not look like me leaving everything behind and going all in on this nomadic lifestyle that I now have. This is what my transition actually looked like. So in the first 3 months of starting my online business, I was actually still working in my full-time job as a buying manager at Burberry. I was testing ideas, testing concepts of what I think potentially my business could be. I'd actually already quit my job before I started my online business, because I had got to a breaking point within the job that I was like, I cannot sustain this anymore. And I planned to go traveling around Latin America, but that didn't happen because of the pandemic. I had already saved up quite a lot of money in order to allow me to take some time off if I needed to before I started earning money from my online business. So I had a financial safety net. So within the first 6 months, I started freelancing. In the first year, I started my e-commerce consultancy and mentoring programs from my living room in London. In year 2, my business was earning enough money every single month for me to feel comfortable enough to move to Bali. In year 3, my business was fully remote. I was doing one-on-one coaching. I was offering group programs. I was also had a membership. I had multiple online offers to help me sustain my online income, allowing me to live nomadically. And then I started to cut back on the freelance work because I was already getting enough one-on-one mentoring clients and people in my group programs and in my mentoring that I didn't need to have the freelance projects. In year 4 is when I actually sold everything. So last year I sold everything. I went home, sold my property, sold my clothes, sold all my designer handbags. And this year in year 5, I actually burnt my whole business to the ground and pivoted to start again, because I realized what I had built wasn't working for the lifestyle I now want for myself in this new phase of my life. And this was the year I decided that I needed a bit more stability, so I moved myself to Thailand. I just want to remind you that you don't have to quit your job in order to start an online business, but you do need to create foundations and give yourself some stability in order for you to be able to set that business up. Maybe the ultimate goal is to quit the job, but until you've got those foundations in place, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if you are really strategic with your time and your actions, you can absolutely dip your toes into this business whilst you're still in your 9 to 5. And then when you feel safe, you can dive headfirst in. Freedom doesn't have to be impulsive. Actually, that's just going to cause you an extra layer of stress that you don't need. In fact, the more intentional you building your business is, the higher chances of you actually achieving the goals that you've got. So if your freedom life is calling you, all you have to do is start from where you're at right now. I've got a couple of resources over on my website that might help you get started. If you're ready to create a freedom first online business, go and check them out.